I have an idea of an original take on the Arkham Knight. Now, in Arkham Knight, the game, Red Hood is the Arkham Knight. And apparently, people speculated that it would be Red Hood, and it was. They said it wasn't, and it was. But I think the Arkham Knight deserves to be its own character because I don't like having different versions of. Well, I do like having different versions of the same character, but the Arkham Knight is unique. I think he should have been definitely an original character. So I want to do an original take. So here's how I would explain the Arkham Knight's origin. This is my idea of how he came to be. So the Arkham Knight, we're going to do his name. For example, John Doe. He is a military guy, a Marine, a fighter, an experienced martial artist. We're going to start him off as a military soldier who was a Marine and very experienced in fighting and detective skills. So he's going to go from a very experienced Marine since he was 18, all the way up to, let's say, 28. From 18 to 28, maybe not 18. Let's go further back. We want to give him the same experience as Batman, because what I'm going to do here is make him Batman's equal. In fact, slightly better, to give Batman a challenge. So he's going to be an experienced trained martial artist since he was a kid. And he's going to become a Marine, a soldier, a fighter, and eventually he's going to retire from being a Marine and become a detective in Gotham City, because he's done so much in the Marines, he feels like he can take over something very challenging, which is Gotham City. Because Gotham has a lot of criminals, he wants to stop that. He wants to take his Marine soldier fighting skills to the next level. And just like Bruce Wayne, the Arkham Knight is a billionaire. He's become so successful as a popular Marine. He's become successful. He's a billionaire Marine. So he takes his skills to Gotham City. He becomes popular. He goes to Gotham City. And he comes across the GCPD and gets hired there. They hire him. Bruce Wayne finds out and he wants to meet him. So we get a little interaction with them after Bruce finds out that John, aka Arkham Knight, is solving crimes that Batman never solved. This is how I would do it. The Arkham Knight would come to Gotham solving crimes that Batman never, ever, ever solved from years ago. So, in fact, the Arkham Knight is actually fixing problems that Batman never did. So, he is also becoming a challenge and an equal to Batman. And Bruce, you know how he is. He's not going to like that. But he also isn't jealous of John. But the thing about this is John is actually a vigilante, solving crimes that Batman's not doing as a vigilante. Not as John, he's doing it as a vigilante, solving crimes that Batman didn't. And Batman doesn't like that. So Batman doesn't know he's John just yet. So he meets him and notices he's actually a great guy. So not only is he working at the GCPD, Arkham Knight, he is also a vigilante solving crimes that Batman isn't. So he meets Bruce Wayne, they interact with each other, and Bruce Wayne notices something about him and realizes he gets a little suspicious. So he investigates John and finds out that he's doing vigilante work. And John is not really secretive about his vigilante work. He kind of does it and doesn't care who sees him. He puts on the mask. Actually, he is a little secretive. let me change that. He is a little secretive, but he's easy to discover from Batman. So Batman discovers that the Arkham Knight is John Doe. And even though they've become a little bit of friends in real life, he gets a little bit jealous because as time would pass, the Arkham Knight, pre-Arkham Knight, because he's going out in his Marine outfit, pre-Arkham Knight is doing things a little bit better than Batman. So Bruce is getting a little bit jealous. Nobody runs the city but Batman. So he's going after the Arkham Knight. Now a situation happens with Joker. That's when Joker pops up. A situation happens with Joker in a big crowd. This is when Bruce decides to go after the Arkham Knight to stop him from doing his job. So in that situation, they fight. And Batman tries to tell the Arkham Knight, pre-Arkham Knight, that this is my city, I do this, you need to stop. And he refuses, and they fight. Now, Joker is doing his own thing, and apparently Batman is trying to stop that. Yes, they're both trying to stop it, but pre-Arkham Knight is trying to tell Batman what to do in order to stop it, because pre-Arkham Knight was there first, before Batman. So John is trying to get Batman to listen to him because he knows what's going on, and Batman doesn't trust him enough to know that he's about his equal. So in the process of not listening to pre-Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight, the Joker actually succeeds in his plan and kills a couple people. And Batman fucks up, pretty much. And then pre-Arkham Knight tries to defeat Batman, and Batman takes him down, but pre-Arkham Knight gets away. He gets away. So in that situation, Bruce has fucked up, and what he didn't know from not listening to the Arkham Knight is his wife was killed by the Joker. So if Bruce did not listen to the Arkham Knight, his wife would have been saved. So this is the Arkham Knight's motivation to hating Batman, to hating him. This would give the Arkham Knight a good reason to hate Batman. As an original character, he's a Marine, experienced, a good detective, becomes a vigilante in Gotham, starts solving crimes that Batman never did. And then the Joker pops up, does some shit, tries to tell Batman what to do in order to save the people. Batman doesn't listen, and a couple people die, and one of those people end up being his wife. This is going to give the perfect origin for the birth of the Arkham Knight. So months go by. The Arkham Knight is mourning his wife. So in those months, the Arkham Knight, John Doe, investigates and finds out that Batman is Bruce Wayne. And it's going to be a mystery of how he found out. Just like in Arkham Knight, it's going to be a mystery. But listen, this is the reason why I'm making the Arkham Knight the world's new greatest detective. Because he will be Batman's equal. So this is how the Arkham Knight would be born. Batman doesn't listen to him, and in that process, his wife dies. He grows a hatred for Batman. And then he decides to be a much more brutal vigilante than Batman. And eventually, Gotham City becomes more afraid of the Arkham Knight than Batman. So the Arkham Knight is now popping up and reveals himself. And Batman discovers him and he starts taking over Gotham. And he kidnaps one of Batman's loved ones. You know how this goes. And they have a face-off. Now, like I said, this is not necessarily a story that I made up. It's more of a like a plot, or it's more of an origin that I would give to the Arkham Knight, because it'll make more sense for him to be an original character. And this is just my take on what I would make the Arkham Knight if he was an original character. It's way more better than Jason Todd going from Jason to Dead to the Arkham Knight to Red Hood, like in Arkham Knight, the game. Like, it doesn't, like, you become two different characters. You went from Arkham Knight to Red Hood. You're two different things. Now, I don't think that's okay. Like, the Arkham Knight should be its own original character, because I like him and he's unique. So pretty much, I would make him the new world's greatest detective, because that puts Batman under pressure and makes him an equal. And this will get the audience riled up because, oh, I thought he was the world's greatest detective. Well, he just met his fucking match. Has there ever been like somebody in the comics who was Batman's equal? Because like a lot of people hype him up, but I don't think I've ever heard of somebody who was really his equal when it comes to this stuff. And if it is, if you're a comic expert, say something. But he owns the title of the world's greatest detective. In this story, I would give that title to the Arkham Knight. So Batman would be under pressure along with the fans. Because when you tell a story like this, you have to have high stakes. In these types of movies and games, there are high stakes. There has to be something to make you go, what the hell? Shit just got real. What's going to happen? How is he going to take that back? How is he going to take him down? What is he going to do to resolve this? That's how you need to make these stories. And this is the perfect example of bringing in high stakes. Make him Batman's equal. In fact, make him slightly better than Batman. And then we'll have a challenge that he's never faced before. Let me know what you think of this original take on the Arkham Knight. Is this a good idea? Do you have a different idea? Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm done.